New year, new intro. Sure, it may not be that much, but at least it's something, right?
2015 was a pretty epic year for me. I saw a lot of movies, I watched a lot of TV, and of course I played a lot of video games. I got my hands on a lot of titles that I thought I would never play and had lots of fun with them. So today I'm going to count down the best I've played this last year. Also note that I don't have any next-gen consoles or anything like that, so none of the new games like The Witcher, Arkham Knight, or Xenoblade Chronicles X. Okay, let's kick off this year with a countdown. That was anticlimactic. You know, it's funny. I've talked about Kirby a lot before, but get this, I've never actually owned one of his games. So this year, I've decided to change that, and since I got a 3DS in 2014, I decided to get whatever Kirby game was on there. And what do you know? Kirby Triple Deluxe is pretty good. This game is built like any other Kirby game with the mechanic of sucking up enemies and getting their powers. That's there, but there are also new things too. First, since you're playing on a 3D system, there's a lot of 2.5D. There are stars that transport you from one side of the screen to the other, and cannons and beams that fire at enemies on the other side. Oh, and the title says it all. There are 3 games on this little cartridge, including DDD's Drum Dash and Kirby Fighters. While I haven't played them a lot from what I've had, they're tons of fun. And who could forget the copy abilities? These new abilities are fun to use and are really creative, especially the beetle ability. The reason it's this low on the list, however, is that I haven't actually beaten it yet, but from what I've played, I love it. Hey, have I talked about Epic Mickey yet? Well, I guess I have. Yeah, it's no secret that Epic Mickey is one of the most underrated and best games of all time in my eyes. One of the best parts about these games is the multiple choices you can make to affect the story. This has been done in a lot of video games, so I decided to give those games a try. And since I got a PS3 this year, one of those games was Infamous. Infamous is a pretty interesting idea for a game. You play as Cole McGrath, a survivor of a terrorist attack who has gotten new electricity powers. A couple of days after the attack, Cole is framed for the attack and now has to clear his name. He's helped by this woman named Moya, whose husband went missing after the attack, and his best friend Zeke. This game was made by the same developer as the Sly Cooper series, so you know it's going to be filled with a lot of charm. Not only that, but it's also a lot more mature than Sly Cooper, as easily noticed by the ESRB rating. Oh hey, I forgot this was a video game. The gameplay is a lot of fun using Cole's electricity powers to power generators and defeat baddies. The game also uses the multiple choice mechanic very well, giving you the option to save people or leave them to die. Infamous 2 would have been on here except for the fact that I haven't beaten it yet, so Infamous 1 will have to stay. Also, you can jump off the top of a building and not die. Instant awesome. Oh, Sonic, what happened to you? You used to be a good franchise which had a few rocky years, now you're in even more rockier years. But that doesn't mean I can't go back and enjoy your previous games. And you know what? Sonic actually had a pretty good run on handhelds as well as consoles. The one handheld Sonic game I played this year was Sonic Rush. Sonic has been known for being really fast, right? Well, this game took that notion and multiplied it by 100. Not by 1,000 because Unleashed already did that, but 100's good too. You can get up to some super speeds using this meter on the left that gives you boosts, and it is oh so satisfying to go this speed. For a game released in the earlier years of the DS, it still looks pretty dang good today. Also, this game's soundtrack has got to be my favorite in all the Sonic games, hands down. I loved it so much that I actually downloaded some of the songs onto my phone.
Well, they were originally on my iPod, but I got a phone in November, so wait, who cares about this?
Now, what would Sonic be without a story?
Probably better, actually.
Yeah, Sonic hasn't been known for Shakespearean plots, but this game has one of the better stories. And besides, it introduces probably my favorite Sonic character, Blaze. I really like the character development she had throughout the game. Yeah, I know, I made fun of it in a previous video, but I still like it. Sonic has had it rough over the years, so it's nice to see that the quality of previous installments hasn't deteriorated. Except if you're my friend Bradley. He doesn't like Sonic. Luigi has had a big past couple of years. Not only has the year of Luigi happened, but he also had 2 games solely about him. One was New Super Luigi U, and number 5 on this list, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. In this game, the Dark Moon, which is keeping the ghosts of the valley at bay, breaks and now the ghosts are running amok, or hovering amok as it looks. Professor Egad, the professor in the first Luigi's Mansion game, goes to Luigi for help in taking back the valley. Luigi uses the new Poltergust 5000 to suck up ghosts on his way to save the day. Unlike the first game where you explore only one mansion, this game has multiple mansions for you to explore. Each of them may be the generic level type, like a snow and desert level, but they're still fun to walk around. The bosses in this game are fun too. They might not be the deepest and most complex things in the world, but they're still fun, and come on, you're fighting a set of stairs. In what other game would you do that? This game also has a lot of content, like finding all the gold and money, finding and capturing booze, and conquering the online multiplayer. Yeah, you heard right, this game has online multiplayer. While I haven't played it, and probably because I have no friends,
I can't think of anything positive to say.
Now, does this game have problems? Yes, it does. The slapstick humor in this game can really snatch away from the spooky atmosphere the Luigi's Mansion games are known for. Well, at least the rest of the game makes up for it. Can we just say that Legos are awesome? Of course they are. Legos are little tiny bricks that you can literally build into anything. If you actually built everything you could think of out of Legos, you should really see someone. Legos also have a proud history in the video game department, and I got the best one I've played yet this last year. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Both Lego and Marvel have had it big these past couple of years, so someone decided to put these two together and voila, we get this beauty. Lego Marvel Superheroes takes the trademark humor these Lego games are known for and applies it to the Marvel universe, even though the Marvel movies have been packed with enough humor already.
Baskin-Robbins always finds out.
The LEGO games have also been known for their excellent levels and puzzles. A couple of moments in this game had me really thinking about what I was supposed to do. It's the thought that keeps you going. Also, this game is huge. There is so much stuff for you to find and so many characters for you to unlock. However, just like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, this game has one crucial problem. And I'll let the Honest Trailers guy sum it up for you.
No, wait! Why are you climbing? Turn around, dummy! No, don't stop! Why can't I invert these? Down! Go down, you idiot! Why are you turning left?
Yeah, flying in this game can be a pain in the butt. But I digress. LEGO Marvel Superheroes is still a fun action puzzle platformer that anyone can have fun with. Number 3 may not be the best game I played last year, but it's in the series that I was the most obsessed with last year. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This visual novel series on the DS has become a huge cult classic for all the right reasons. The stories are interesting, the characters are as enjoyable as going down a water slide into a ball pit, and it's one of the quirkiest franchises ever made. I've only played the original trilogy, and my favorite of the three has got to be Trials and Tribulations. I picked this one as my favorite because I think it has the best plot of the trilogy. This game is just about your normal Ace Attorney game adventure with Phoenix and his partner Maya defending the innocent while a new prosecutor is introduced. This time it's Godot, who is really awesome by the way. This game also takes a look at what your mentor Mia was like when she was a lawyer and even looks at some of the worst moments of her life. Honestly, there's not really much to talk about on the gameplay aspect. After all, this is a visual novel. The court scenes can be really intense, and the investigation sections can be a contrast from the intensity of the courtroom and can also be really fun to talk to the game's colorful characters. Also, they're not as bad as you say they are, Josh. Phoenix Wright is one of the most recognizable game series in existence, and this game supports that. Aw yeah! Heck yeah, Shovel Knight. This is actually the first indie game I've ever played, and boy what a way to start. Shovel Knight is a 2D platformer that looks like it was made in the NES era. So yeah, this game looks amazing. Not only that, but it has one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in any video game ever. It's just so catchy. The Pup Fizz Kid would like to apologize for the last statement he made, as the soundtrack to Shovel Knight is so amazingly awesome that he got really mad with joy. We will now continue with our regularly scheduled program. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, in Shovel Knight, you use what's in the title as your natural weapon. Yep, instead of using a sword or a spear, you use a shovel.
Hey, if it makes the game more unique, I won't complain.
This game incorporates the shovel really well, having bounce on enemies like Scrooge McDuck and digging up treasure. Shovel Knight also features something really special, the bosses. It's one of the rare examples where I don't think there is a single bad boss in this game. All of them are fun to fight, with some of my favorites being Plague Knight, Tinker Knight, and Black Knight. Oh, and since this is a game based on the NES era, expect to die a lot. So to wrap up, Shovel Knight has become my favorite 2D platformer and one of my favorite platformers of all time. But there's just one game that I think is better that I played last year. All of these games you've been shown are fantastic, but none of them could possibly top number 1. It combines everything I love about video games: great gameplay, great graphics and music, and a great story. The best game I played in 2015 is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Holy crap, this game is unbelievable. The Uncharted series, just like Phoenix Wright, is one of the most popular video game franchises. A lot of people at first thought it was just a Tomb Raider clone, but were they ever wrong? People say that Among Thieves is the best in the trilogy, and I'm one of those people. Let's begin by saying I love these characters. All of them have their own perks and flaws, and they're all really entertaining, except for Harry Flynn. He kinda sucks. Secondly, this game looks amazing. A couple of times I forgot this game was made back in 2009. It still looks amazing to this day. Thirdly, the gameplay is also spectacular.
I'm running out of adjectives to describe this game. That's how good it is.
Among Thieves is a third-person shooter with platforming elements. The gunplay can be really thrilling and tense as there are a lot of goons swarming you. Also, Nathan Drake seems to kill a lot of people and yet can still make some one-liners. Must be his thing. This game also features a ton of puzzles that, while they give you the answers, they're still fun to solve. Uncharted 2 has really blown my mind. It's not only the best game I played in 2015, but one of the greatest games I've ever played. And with Uncharted 4 on the way, it looks like the series is sadly gonna come to a close. I really hope the series is going to end on a high note. But until then, Uncharted 2 will always be an amazing experience.
I'm the Pop Fizz Kid, and Chloe Fraser is really hot.
When I figured out he was actually on to something, I thought you'd want to be in on the action.
Sorry, my teenageness is showing.